I thought Zittrain's argument was interesting, and as a political science type, I think that he was a little bit misguided in the idea that it's possible to have a bottom-up and yet hierarchical structure that everyone is going to adhere to and not abuse. If only because it's never actually happened for any appreciable amount of time. I mean, sure, you have the odd sort of communitarian movement going on here or there, and of course there is sort of the progression of the internet for a little while was like that. But humans have a tendency to abuse whatever common resources or common spaces available to them, and not everybody, just a couple of individuals. But the problem is that common systems are extremely vulnerable to those couple of individuals. And that's why governments have developed. That's why, we have the idea of hierarchies, and we have the idea of systems of authority. So I don't really think it's possible to have a sustainable system that's as open as the internet is without some sort of like top-down direction, or at least some sort of enforceable hierarchy. Because in a bottom-up hierarchy, it's not really possible to, like he said, to redress grievances, or for people to sort of for people to sort of rationally manipulate the system. And so, in that regard, I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to. I think the internet is going to shift towards more of a hierarchical, more of a top-down system. But I still think it's going to be very much an open place. In much the same way as the spaces we inhabit are fundamentally, physically, are not restrained, but we impose social order on them. I think the same thing is going to happen with the internet. That the system fundamentally itself will still be free, but there's going to be a sort of social and legal order imposed on it, which is disappointing because I think we all feel like we really, really want the principle of absolute freedom to win out. I mean, and that includes me, but I'm not exactly optimistic about that.